Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. I'm just gonna turn this down just a little bit. Make sure you guys can hear me. Yes, good morning. Welcome to the stream. We are going to be playing Find Love or Die Trying. Deadly dating game show. We started that last Friday, I believe. Now we are going again. We're on like day 3, I believe, of the week that you have to play. And I really like this music. Yes, I hope everyone's had a good week so far, and we'll have a good weekend. Put this back up a little bit, and we will start. Also, I don't know if it's like my internet being funky or Twitch or what, but I was having some issues loading Twitch earlier as in like 5 minutes ago. So I don't know if there will be any issues with that. I checked my internet and it said it was fine. I had like 30 upload speed, so we should be good. Whether or not that holds true, debatable. But alright, let's get into it. I got my tea, I got some cookies, water. In the morning, the girls and I decided to hang out in the garden outside the house. Oh wow, I don't remember the voices I gave them. Maybe I should have played this multiple days in a row instead of every Friday. Anyways. Oh wow, there are all kinds of flowers that I've never seen here before. Really? You've never seen a tulip? Grandma and I only grew hyacinths back home, so no, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Not even on the internet? I thought I had to get out more. I can believe that. The only flowers I ever work with are Venus flytraps. I don't want one. I want a Venus flytrap. But I had one when I was a kid, and I killed it. It died. What do you do with those? Well, we do a lot of experiments at the lab. Don't you ever find yourself thinking, wouldn't it be cool to make a Venus flytrap that could walk and talk? And then, you know, literally never. It's whatever. She ran away 2 years ago. What? Both my neighbors lost their pet cats the same day, too. I miss you, Fluffy. You sure they were lost? Tea is ready. Thanks, Violet. Got a cup for everybody. The aroma from the tea really worked up my appetite. That's funny. I am drinking tea right now. I have prepared some treats for us as well. Please enjoy. We spent the rest of the morning eating delicious treats and sipping on delicious tea as we theorized what might have happened to Fluffy. Personally, my money's on the felines being the culprits. Every cat I've met has a nasty surprise up their sleeve. Interesting. I figured it's about time to talk with Kat about my next date, but I felt a tap on my back. Kat, is that? I turned around and the girl in front of me was as surprised as I was. Kat? No, this is Allie. Ah, sorry, Allie, what's up? She looked to see if anyone else was around before she spoke. Suspicious. Have you noticed anything weird lately? What do you mean? Something about this show gives me the creeps. I went out for a walk in the forest last night, you know, because it's gorgeous and all. And after I got there, I must have dozed off for a minute. Taking a nap in a forest at night? Braver than most, Allie. Yeah, that's a little sus. Let me finish. When I woke up, I was back in my room on my bed. And I swear I don't remember ever walking back. Huh, that sounds pretty crazy if it really happened. You sure you didn't just have a weird dream? now that you mention it, I tried Scarlett's cooking for fun last night. That was a big mistake. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but... Did you notice anything strange happen last night? I don't think so. It was just a regular night. I had a conversation with Kat in my room, but that was it. Damn, 5 girls to date wasn't enough, huh? Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Well, I guess I'll just be staying away from Scarlett's cooking and chalk it up to a weird-ass dream. Thanks for listening, Sienna. It's my pleasure, Allie. See you later. Okay. She ran off just as fast as she had come initially. Someone's in a hurry. Hey, Kat, I was looking for you. Good afternoon, Sienna. Same here. I wanted to ask, did you guys do anything last night to Allie? Not that I know of. Our staff leaves the cast alone at night. I guess there's nothing to worry about. Kat's been honest with me so far about everything. I'm still suspicious. Right? Anyway, more importantly, it's time for phase 2. You've done pretty decently with setting up Scarlett and Yui as your soulmate candidates. People are eating it up. The romance? Whatever. More importantly, every time they're on screen, we get one hell of a ratings boost. From here on out, you'll only be going on dates with either of them. That'll be your best bet to get out of here alive. That sounds good to you? You almost make it sound like I have a choice. Glad we're on the same page as always, Sienna. But enough with the pleasantries. Who's the unlucky girl today? Guess I'd like to spend today with... I'm gonna go with Yui, because last episode she seemed kind of crazy, and I am curious. That's why I named the episode title Yandere-chan, because she seems a little off. I knew it. Damn, I should have made another bet with 4. Anyway, Yui's somewhere in the fields behind the mansion. I'll be filming as usual. I'll get a move on. I could see Yui waving at me from the top of the hill. Hey there, Sienna. It's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you too, Yui. You want to show me something? Now that I was closer, I could see Yui was holding one hand behind her back. It's a live beating heart. Believe me, it's the most amazing thing you've ever seen. Behold. It's a bunny! Oh, bunny, it's so cute. Oh my goodness. Where did this little guy come from? To be honest, I've got no idea. I wonder if he's a wild one or maybe somebody's pet. I've asked around, but it doesn't look like he belongs to anybody. So I've been taking care of him since I found him. I just couldn't help myself, you know? Honestly, mood. Yui's smile was as earnest as could be. Didn't you have a pet bunny back home? I had 2, Bun and Bun Bun. Both of them are total rascals, but Bun 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 here is a good boy, aren't you? So creative name. She nuzzled against Bun Bun Bun's head. Yes, you are. Nuzzle, nuzzle. We played with the bunny for a little while. She picked the bunny up and held it in her arms. Bun 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 looked quite content. You know, you're pretty amazing with animals, Yui. Well, I've been surrounded by animals my whole life. Back at my house, well, to be honest, it was more of a barn than anything. Since my brothers were too young and Grandma was getting up there, I'd take care of all of the animals. Grandma's taken care of them ever since they were born. My parents were supposed to take care of them after Grandma retired, but, well, you know, life happens. I'm just glad to have what I have. Bun Bun Bun, I'm gonna say it like that every single time, had managed to squeeze out of her hands and ran off. We gotta catch him, let's go. On it. Ran as fast as I could after Bun Bun Bun, but it was no use. The distance kept widening. Before long, we couldn't even see him anymore. That is a very fast bunny. Sorry, I couldn't catch him. He's really fast for something so small. Don't worry about it. Bun likes to do this all the time. He's a bit mischievous, but he won't do anything dangerous. We can take our time looking for him, if you're willing to help. Of course, Yui. We walked towards where we saw Bun right after we catch our breaths again. Gosh, isn't it so nice to be outside? The smell of fresh air, the breeze. There's nothing like it. There really isn't. I smiled. At first, I was really excited to go to the city. There's so many people, so many things to do, so many beautiful things. Most of all, I got to meet you. Shucks, you're gonna make me blush. She laughed and slapped me on the arm. Even so, the city's just not my thing. It's a little bit funny, though the reason I had to come home all of a sudden was terrible. A little part of me was glad to be home. Ever had that kind of feeling before? I have. It's strange, but sometimes there's good in the bad, and sometimes that good can outweigh the bad. Exactly, you get it, Sienna. My family's never been closer, and that's all I want. They told me to make a lot of money in the city, make something of myself, all that. Might seem old-fashioned, but I just wanted to put the people I love first. That's all you got in life, really. I'm curious, what do you put first in life? I can't say career. That will definitely be bad. I'm gonna say happiness, because that is true. But you can't always put family first. Family can be important, but if they're like not good people and they're mean to you and stuff, you should not be putting them first. Happiness. If you don't have that, what do you have? Oh, is that so? I think we'd make a great team then. We talked for several hours about what we wanted out of our life. We seemed to match up perfectly. I was beaming the whole time. It was hard to believe that. It's Bun! You pointed in front of us, and sure enough, there was Bun jumping on a bush. I've never seen anyone move so fast. Yui descended on Bun like a hawk, grabbed him in an instant. You're going back to your den, bad little bunny, but I'm happy you're safe. She nuzzled her face against his fur. Bun was practically purring with delight. Then she looked right at me. I can't promise I could give you the most exciting life with the most twists and turns around every corner. But I can promise that if you choose me, I'd always be by your side, no matter what. Wherever you were, I'd come running always. Aww, that's kind of sweet, but I know she's a little crazy. She took a step towards me and kissed my cheek. We locked eyes, and for that time, all I could see was her and how beautiful she was. Bun seemed to be a little jealous after that. Thanks again for the help, Sienna. Being with you made this all go a lot faster. It made it really special to me. Anytime, Yui, I'm happy to. We walked back to the mansion, holding hands, smiling all the while. I was about to turn in for the night when I heard a knock on my door. Cat. Hey, Cat, I thought you weren't going to come over tonight. Sorry about that. I got tied up in some things. Is everything okay? Good as always. Care to join me for a walk? Sure, that sounds nice. Then away we go. We walked at a relaxed pace, with Cat slightly ahead leading the way. So how are you feeling about day 3, Sienna? You still feeling Yui? I still like Yui the most. Yui is still the girl I like the most. If anything, getting to meet and know the other girls made me like her even more. It's Yui, you know. It's gotta be her. She's one of kind. No one else gives me that same warm feeling inside. Aw, that's cute. Also a perfect answer for the cameras. Thank you very much. Guess we'll be giving you his fan base some more things to get rabid over soon, You can save that again. Perfect! Well, I'm happy you've at least got one girl you're really interested in, but it helps you've got chemistry with both. Tomorrow you'll be going on a date with your other soulmate candidate instead. Let's milk this love triangle for all it's worth. Yeah, I figured. Sound good to you? I was gonna choose that anyway. I'm noticing a pattern in making it sound like I have a choice when I really don't. None of us really have a choice nowadays, I'm afraid. Alright, I gotta go get back to editing today's footage. You ready to head back to the mansion? Sounds good to me. We walked back in comfortable silence. Night. See you later, cat. Have a dream again. If we get caught trying to escape, there's no telling what would happen to us. It's a chance we have to take. I know, but we need to know what we're up against. We know the island better than anyone by now, Sienna. We'll be fine. I'm not so sure. Damien's brought in that scientist for his latest experiment. We already knew Damien? Sus. All I've heard is that she's the one who built the prototype. The one Damien used to turn 6 into a vegetable. Not to mention the old test audiences too. Shit. I think they must have killed at least 100 people by now, and they still haven't perfected it. If we get caught... I get what you're trying to say. Are you still with me on this? It's not too late. You don't even have to ask. Of course I'm with you. Who are you? Somehow I know you're close by, but every time I try to see your face, the dream ends. Ah. Spooky. Oh, excuse me. I choked on my tea. You've got to be kidding. My goodness, she really said that? Yeah, and she was all like, whoa, what the hell is that? A flash of white raced through the kitchen, sending the girls into a frenzy. What the hell is that? Coming through, sorry! Huey practically bulldozed through the other girls in the kitchen. What's going on? I take it back! Bun 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 is a bad boy! He just seemed so well behaved. I thought I let him outside again, and Bun 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 effortlessly swerved past Yui under Violet, leapt onto Allie. Wah! Bun 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 somehow made his way up to her head and took her cap in his mouth. Hey, give that back! Bun 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 seemed to sneer at Allie, then leapt away and ran off. Get back here! Allie started chasing Bun 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 with all she had, but somehow he always stayed one step ahead of her. This looks like a job for me. I'm going to need a Venus flytrap and a few bottles of Bun 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 leapt onto Scarlet. Ah, get it off! It's quite humorous that a mere bunny has eluded you all for this long. Think you could catch it? Why, of course! Watch a master at Bun 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 leapt on Violet's face. Ah, get this foul creature off me! Bun 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 sneered with contempt. Someone do something! At that moment, I realized that Tarot was recording Violet's struggles. I'm helping in just a second. Bun 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 leapt up off of Violet onto the kitchen floor and ran out. Give me my cap back! I do suppose a nice rabbit stew is on for lunch today? I guess I should help too. You up to help, Sienna? I don't see why not. Time for round 2. Now quick, before he gets too far. I'm right behind you. We spend the rest of the morning trying to catch Bun Bun Bun. Emphasis on trying. That bunny is on something. I'm calling it now. We finally managed to catch him by baiting him with some food Violet reluctantly made. But even then, he didn't make it easy. Let's hope the rest of the today is a little more relaxed. So I'm gonna go get a tissue. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back. Ugh, my head. You okay? You don't look so good. Not so loud. My head's killing me after I had a ton of wine last night. I still had to edit our broadcast after that, which didn't help. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the woman who decides whether I get to live or die every night. And she was very, very drunk when she did just that. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Clearly, you're still alive, Sienna, so it's all good. Believe me, you drink too if you worked here. Just look at the brothers' vibe. Working at futuristic evil court TM has to come with some benefits, right? You'd think, but we still have to pay for dental out of pocket. Before I forget what this show is all about. Today's the day you go on a date with, who was your other soulmate candidate again? Scarlet. How much did you drink last night, Kat? Whatever, I knew that. Just testing you. Duh. Right. Alright, let's get this second date with Scarlet started. Woo. Whoa, someone tell the world to stop spinning like a little bitch. I'm pretty much fucked, huh? I found Scarlet out for a stroll outside the mansion. She seemed a little down. Hey Scarlet, you doing okay? Jeez. It's just you, Sienna. You almost gave me a heart attack. Sorry, I didn't mean to. It's not your fault. I'm just a bit on edge after the whole zombie date thing, whatever it was. I guess I'm just feeling a little sad about all that. Why? You saved everybody. We wouldn't have needed to save anybody if it wasn't for me. At least you fixed this. Hey, at least we don't have banana zombies running around anymore. Without your help, they'd still be running rampant. Still, they wouldn't have been running around in the first place if it wasn't for me. Well, that's true, but hey, it makes for great TV. Which inadvertently is pretty good for keeping me alive. But I'll clue cut on that. Besides, you did it because you were trying to help me get my memories back. That means more to me than I can say. I'm sorry I couldn't do it. If it's okay with you, I'll try again, and I'm sure this time. Let's not worry about that for now. Thanks, though, I appreciate it. For now, I just want to get to know you better, Scarlet. We got interrupted last time, to say the least. Care to join me in making up for some lost time? That would be fantastic. There's somewhere I'd like to go if it's okay with you. Lead the way. You won't regret it. At least I think you won't. Should I be worried? I'm a little worried. As last time was zombies. Come on, let's go. She grabbed my hand and pulled me along with her. Who could say no to a girl who could turn you into a zombie? Behold! There's a nightclub in the mansion? There is now! I made it myself! Granted, I use it more of a testing ground than a real nightclub, but the staff really wanted something to blow off the steam, so... And okay, I cheated a little bit. I made a robot that made the nightclub for me, but it still counts. I think you're probably the first person ever to say something like that. Also, I didn't know you knew how to build robots. It's amazing. Hell yeah, it's cool. I get the feeling that building things to make people happier was what I enjoyed the most before I came here. What do you mean by that? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Actually, maybe you're the one person who would. Maybe it's worth a shot. Could she be like me? There's so much in my life I can't remember for some reason. I couldn't help but raise an eyebrow. There was a lot of broken people after the war in New Asia. Not just broken bones and missing limbs, but shattered minds, people trapped in their own heads. I was told I had a gift for research, a gift that might help those people be able to reclaim their lives. So I finished school early and got my PhD. I led a task force dedicated to helping the survivors. We helped them forget their most painful, most traumatic memories and move on. It was my life's work, you know, but now I can't remember what it was, how it worked, if we even got anywhere with our research. To be completely honest, I can't really remember how I got here either. I'm sorry to ask, but how on earth did that happen? If I knew before, I definitely don't know. Maybe testing got dangerous and I wasn't willing to test on someone else. Maybe I don't know. Interesting. The crazy thing is I went from that to being on some kind of dating show. What the hell? I guess it does sound pretty weird. And the idea of getting married in 1 week? Who wrote this? An idiot? I couldn't help but laugh. But what do I even have to lose at this point? I wouldn't look at it that way. I can't remember anything either, but I'm alive. As long as I'm alive, I've got everything to lose and everything to gain. An optimist, huh? That's worth something. Guess you'd understand better than anyone. What do you plan to do after this is all over? Honestly, I don't know. I want my memories back, but if I can't get them back, I just try to make the best of things. That's some plan. I'm still working on the details out. Give me a break. At least you remember some things. I couldn't even remember my name at first. You got me beat there. We talked for hours about how we both felt about our situations. The good things, the bad things, about forgetting who you are. We laughed about forgetting the embarrassing moments that probably plagued others for a lifetime. We lamented the moments that truly made life worth it. I can talk. I know how to read words. Good job. That truly made life worth living. The moments that made your life unique. It's nice to have someone that understands. You know, I've got a silly idea, if you're interested. Let's hear it. Getting engaged in a week is stupid, and a person who'd agree to that is even stupider. But I think I'd say yes if it were you, Sienna. If I only see where life goes with someone like you. That's... Shh, let me finish. Regardless of who you ask on the last day, I'd like to be your friend in the times to come. If you'll be mine. I can't remember the last time I had a friend to just talk about how I feel. Mood, honestly. I think this was the first time that I felt better about what happened. I want you to feel better about the past, too. I don't want you to feel alone in this world. It's sad enough, you know? Maybe I'm just being foolish, but who knows? Maybe if we're still in each other's lives after all this, we'd be able to help each other take back the lives we wanted. What do you say? I was thinking the same thing, Scarlet. I'm glad, but how to say... I'd still prefer it if you pick me. What can I say? I'm a bit competitive. On second thought, I'm very competitive. Just saying, but out of all the girls, I'm the best educated, had the most illustrious career, won first place in the National New Asian Science exhibit, and I laughed out loud as she listed her accomplishments one by one, made angry faces at me in mock anger. Most of all, I want you to have a happy life, and I think someone else might get it wrong. That's funny. Dang, these allergies are still kicking my butt. We spent the rest of the evening enjoying each other's company. The laughter and smiles never stopped, and she never let go of my hand during our walk. I was feeling too restless after today's date to wait in my room, so I went for a walk downstairs. Oh, hey, Sienna, I was just about to go check in on you. Hey there, Kat, what's up? Huh. There were some fancy desserts here from last week, but I can't find them anymore. Guess I'll take that out of the Brothers Five's paycheck. How do you know it was them? They're like clockwork. Munch. I looked like a deer in the headlights on the other end of the kitchen. Kat hadn't seen her yet. She made direct eye contact with me, then hightailed it out. Anyway, I've been meaning to talk to you. What's up? How'd your date with Scarlet today go? It was amazing. I feel like I really got to know the real Scarlet today. For the first time, I think I feel like I've truly been understood. I'm glad to hear that, Sienna. Really. Scarlet puts on a front that's nothing like how she really is, and I'm glad you can see behind it. She must really trust you. I'm glad she does, believe me. More importantly though, Scarlet's fan base has been ravenous for new content from what I saw you deliver today. I'm a solid 85% sure you won't wake up in a torture chamber tomorrow morning. Good job, Sienna. Thanks. Anyway, you're probably safe for at least another day, thanks to the ongoing rivalry between Scarlet and Yui. The stakes are rising, and so are our precious ratings. So without further ado, it's time for Phase 3. You've only got one date with each of them before the final day, so make them count. You're not out of the woods just yet. Will do. Alright, good. Well, I need to get back to preparing for tomorrow's show. And you better rest up for tomorrow. You only get one third date with a girl, right? Sounds good to me, Kat. See you later, Sienna. Good night, Kat. Thanks for the help. I realize I'd probably be screwed without you. Don't thank me yet. That's encouraging. I walked back into my room and plopped on my bed. Time to get some shut-eye. Alright, we're out of the mansion. Next stop, the beach. I told you the staff wouldn't suspect a thing. Was it because nobody's been stupid enough to try and escape till now? Maybe people should have been a little bit more stupid a little sooner. Easier said than done. She grabbed my hand and pulled me along. We'll go through the forest, come on. We ran through the forest as if the devil were chasing us. The truth was not far from it. Okay, I can see the pier now and the boat. We're this close to getting out of here. She's always put her bravest face when she was afraid. We're going to make it, right? Of course, the boat's just a little further and no one's on our tail. I can't believe it. We're finally getting out of here. We're finally going to leave Sienna. About time, if you ask me. I've dreamt of this moment every day since who knows how long we've been trapped here by now. But never thought I could escape till I got to know you. I laughed. You're giving me too much credit. It was your idea. Finding any other sane person and they would have told you the same things. Sane people didn't try to escape with me. I wouldn't have stayed sane if it weren't for you, though. She laughed. That was my favorite sound. Let's get back to the matters at hand. We both know that this is where the rubber meets the road. Yeah. Now it's just a mad dash to the finish. You ready to run? No. I'm kidding, let's go. That's a favorite sound of mine once more. I hope it's not the last time I hear it. Alrighty. But the next day I woke to the sound of an explosion outside. I ran outside as fast as I could. What the? The first thing I saw was Scarlet and black smoke emanating from the ground near her. Oh, hey there, Sienna. Nice weather we're having, huh? Hey, Scarlet. You okay? I'm pretty good, all things considered. I've experimenting again on trying to bring back people's memories without the whole monkey zombie bit. I figure if you and I ever, well, you know, I'd want us to know everything about each other. No secrets. I like that, Scarlet. Thanks. I'll let you know if I make any progress with that. Ugh, I gotta clean this up. Give me a minute and then we can head to the forest. I've been meaning to spend some time there since I got to this island. Sounds good by me. Oh, that's so pretty. Why is she making that face? We walked together through the forest, hand in hand, talking about things we'd do after we got off this island. Talking about everything and anything. After we're off this island, whatever happens, do you maybe want to catch a movie together? Sure, but why a movie? You can laugh, but there's a part of me that just wants to be a regular girl for a day. That's something I could never forget. And I'd like it if I could be that way with you. What do you say? I'd like that. I like horror movies. Yay. Scarlet did a little dance of happiness. We spend the rest of the morning together in the woods, enjoying each other's company. Maybe a little more. What? Somehow in the middle of it all, I forgot what kind of show I was on in the first place. It was just me and her. In this moment, more than anything, I was glad to be alive. Morning, Sienna. Time sure flies, huh? The show's almost over and you'll be able to go back to your regular life soon. No idea if that's gonna have any less headaches, though. Who knows? Strange as it sounds, I've had some fun here. The whole getting murdered thing isn't great, but it hasn't been all bad. I did mention that other people would kill to be in your position. On second thought, they definitely haven't thought it through enough. Probably not. Well, back to business. It's time to pick who you'll go on your first third date with. Who's the unlucky soulmate candidate today? I'm gonna go back to Yui. Yui, the moment's finally here. The final date with the best girl. Remember, if you mess this up, there's an army of people out there waiting to take your place. Not planning on it, Kat. You didn't plan to lose your memories and end up on an insane TV show either, but look how that turned out. Life sure is funny, huh? You're telling me life's never what you expect. But having a life with Yui, you'd be the luckiest person alive. And I'm not saying that because I've got money on you picking her. You promise? Let's get this camera rolling, people. Haha, very funny. I could see Yui from my room's window, walking around the front of the mansion. It looked like she was looking for something. I practically jumped down the stairs and then ran outside to see her. Hey there, Sienna. What's the hurry? You look like you're in quite the rush. I just wanted to see you a little earlier. Gosh, that's really sweet of you. I've been meaning to see you too. I've just been doing a lot of thinking since you helped me get Bun Bun. How's the big bee doing? Come to think of it, that's why I came out here. He ran out here in a hurry and I was trying to catch up. Thought this has already happened a few times and each time he somehow ends up back in my room. I'm sure he's fine. I wouldn't be worried. I just can't help myself, you know. You're a really sweet person, Yui. I love that about you. You are too, Sienna. Do you have time to hang out? There's something I'd like to do with you. Of course I do, for you. Even if it's a little boring. I'm sure it can't be that boring if it's with you, you know? Whatever it is, I'm down. Okay, here we go. To the beach. And so we walked together to the beach and started fishing side by side. We're fishing? Ah, now this is the life. I have to admit, this wasn't what I expected. This was by far the best way to pass the time out in the countryside. To be honest, I'm not much for crazy activities like skydiving or shopping trips. Shopping trips are not a crazy activity. I'd rather just spend my days quietly with the person I love, talking from dusk till dawn. Just enjoying each other's company, you know? That's the best. Is this okay with you? Of course it is, Yui. Getting the chance to learn more about you, to try the things you like. That's where the real fun is. I'd also much prefer that to doing crazy things all the time, too. Although, I do think shopping trips aren't really in the same category as skydiving. They are when you leave dipping the country. Hey, you up for a little contest? Sure, let's do it. What is it? Want to see who can catch more fish? Or it's gonna be her. You're on. Apparently, I had fanned the flames of Yui's competitive spirit. For the next few hours, we kept on at it while we enjoyed each other's conversation and company. Yui was a natural. She was catching fish left and right. Each time she caught one, she let it back into the ocean, and each time I wondered when my first one would bite. I never ended up catching a single one. That didn't matter. What did was we were having a ball. Dang, all this talk is making my throat funny. Thanks for indulging me, Sienna. Hey, I had a lot of fun too, Yui. Don't worry about it. You don't have to lie. I know I'm not like the other girls. She's not like other girls. How cool. I grew up with nothing and it shows in how I spend my time, what I wear, everything. I love you so much, you know. Aww. If I had you, I'd give you all the love in my heart every moment of every day. I really would live for love. That's what I've always wanted. I know I could never give you all the things everyone else could. The money, the acclaim, the excitement. And I found myself worrying, what if you picked me, and the second we leave this island, you realize that I can't give you the life you deserve, and you start to hate me. I don't know what I'd do if it came to that. So before it comes to that, I want to ask you, would just me be enough? What if I said no? What if I said no? I'm not gonna be mean, but what would she say if I said no? Of course she'd be enough, Yui. I don't need to be in the spotlight. I don't need to be rich. More than all that, I want you and just you. I've waited so long to hear you say that. So you pull me close and kiss me. I love you so much, and I always have, and I always will. I'll always put our happiness first, and I'll make you so happy every day. I'll do this without saying, I promise. Pinch me, I must be dreaming. Here on out, it's just going to be me and you. I just can't hold myself back anymore, Sienna. She puts me onto the warm water, pressed herself against me. Sure. They had sex on the beach. Disgusting. After today's date with you, I decided to take a stroll around the mansion. The night was clear as could be, as light breeze made it just a bit chilly, but not enough that I need to put on more. I found myself fixating on the moon without thinking. I thought I'd find you here. Why's that? Just a gut feeling in the island-wide surveillance system. You doing okay? Yeah, I'm just thinking. I can't believe the show's almost over. It didn't feel real earlier today. Time sure flies, doesn't it? You've only got the last third date with Scarlett tomorrow, then the final ceremony on the day after that. Speaking of which, how was your date with Yui? What if I just said alright? It was alright, not the way I wanted it to go. I'm sorry to hear that. I won't pry. I guess 3 dates wasn't enough to see if someone's marriage material after all. Who knew? Anyway, I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got to get some work done tonight to prep for the ending of the show. You know what? I could use some company, and it's not like you were up to anything. Kat reached her hand out to me, and I put my hand in hers on instinct. With her hand in mine, she pulled me with her, too. The library? Now you're probably wondering why did I bring you here of all places. You like to read? Well, yes, but no. There's no internet for us goons, so here's where we store most of our information. Records of every single run of the show, building and security details, guard schedules, and most importantly, salary records. It's hidden in plain sight as regular books. You need to know how to decipher them, though. They're pretty useless to the average person. Interesting, and yet also a little unnecessary. Who here is going to read a book? Oh, I knew the state of education was bad, but not this bad. It still doesn't answer why you brought me here. Well, you see, I have this lovely chair and table here that I do so love to work on. And it's truly, truly exhausting for me to get up from this lovely arrangement to have to fetch each book I need for reference. So, you want me to grab your books for you so you can just stay here? I'm so glad you understand. You know, I'm doing everything I can to keep you alive, and it's just a teeny tiny favor. I couldn't help but laugh at her fake pout. Sure, Kat, it's the least I can do. Alright, great. Alright, to start, I need you to grab me the Princess's Averanda. 100 easy recipes for a philosopher's stone, and I regret everything. This must be the 100th batch of books I've had to deliver. It's been hours. Seriously, whoever designed this system should be shot. I tried to read a few of the books I was delivering, but like Kat said, they just seemed like regular books. And that's a wrap. Thanks for the help, Sienna. I'll send you a thank you card for when you're off the island or something. At that rate, that was pretty much slave labor. I like to think of it as more of an unpaid charity work. You've got one last date tomorrow. Don't mess it up. I'm curious, what's the first thing you're going to do when you're out of here? Honestly, I'm not sure. Maybe try to figure out what my life was before. Who knows? That's as good a start as any. Well, I gotta get back to editing. Night, Sienna. See ya, Kat. Guess I'll head back to my room and call it a night. The alarms were deafening. We planned for every possibility we could, but it wasn't enough. We made it to the ship, but it still wasn't enough. Our one saving grace, the ship, wouldn't start. Someone tampered with it, and there's no time to fix it. That's it then. I couldn't find the words to say. I love you. I love you too, Sienna. I wish we could have met anywhere but here. She held me in her arms with the last of her strength. All that's left to do is wait. Goodbye, love. I want to know. I woke up with Yui in my arms. What? We stayed up late last night going for an unforgettable walk in the woods together. She was still fast asleep and holding on to me so tightly. She looked at peace. I ran my hands through her chestnut hair. I love these Sienna. She hugged me a little tighter. I couldn't move. Hell, I didn't want to. Who would? The morning flew by and it couldn't have been any better. If you told me this would happen all those years ago, I'd have laughed. But I'm so glad it happened. I'm the happiest I've ever been. That would be perfect if it wasn't here. What do you mean? I know you have to go on a date with someone else today. Yeah, sorry about that, Yui. That's okay. After you told me how you felt, I'm feeling secure even if you have to date somebody else. Don't have too much fun, though. I kissed her on her forehead. I'll see you later, Yui. Come back soon. When did he go on a walk? When he went to bed? Well, look who crawled out of an economy class airplane toilet. Good morning to you too, Damien. Sienna, don't mind him. You're what? Damien was just telling me the news. Your ratings are doing really well so far. At this rate, I think you'll make it out of here. That's great news. I wouldn't celebrate just yet. Just because you've done well until now doesn't mean you won't jump the shark today. Your ratings need to be higher than they've ever been, or you'll get axed. Axed, literally, if I'm around when your number's up. I guess we'll find that out together, won't we? Later. Cool, thank you. Sorry about him. He can be a little mean sometimes. A murder threat is a little mean? Anyway, you ready for your last date with Scarlet? It's just this last date, then tomorrow it'll be the final ceremony. I'm ready as I'll ever be. Fantastic, then we'll start filming right away. Good luck, Sienna, you'll need it. Thanks, Kat, I owe you one. Time for my last date with Scarlet. Woohoo! Hold on, I need another tissue. Okay. I found Scarlet in the same place I met her. She was engrossed in a book with a pile of books next to her. They looked worn as if they'd been read over and over through the years. Hey there, Scarlet, what you reading? Hi, Sienna, just an old fairy tale. Really, I'm surprised you'd read something that would throw science out the window. I'm a woman of varied tastes. I quite like these stories, especially this one. Which one are you reading? It's called The Princess of Avaranda. Really, it's silly. I doubt you'd be interested in. Try me. That was the first book that, Kat had me pick out. I smiled at her and she smiled back at me in kind. Okay, I don't see why not. There's a young girl, Nara, who's the princess of the kingdom of Avaranda, which is far, far away from civilization. Unlike other princesses before her, she had no time for politicking or parties. She spent all her time building all sorts of gadgets for her family and friends. Like a robot dog that would eat the vegetables they didn't want to eat. I gotta try my hand at this sometime. Scarlet giggled like a child. Nara has a blissfully happy childhood. She even falls in love with a commoner named Aloria. Though her kingdom could never approve of the relationship, Nera and Eloria never failed to see each other in secret, every night by the crooked trees in the western forest. Those days don't last. One day, her mother, the queen, is taken by a witch, never to be seen again. And Nera is forced to become queen at the age of 16. In her mother's absence, Nera does her best to lead the kingdom, and for years it prospers. She's like no other leader they've had before, but secretly she wants to leave. As queen, she has no time for things or people that she loved with all her heart. She cries every night alone. But she knows she can't. Too much responsibility falls on her. Then one day, Nera is cursed by the same witch that took her mother and forgets everything. Her name, her family, her kingdom. Everything except for Eloria and the desire to leave. So she leaves, and no one in the village ever sees her again. My phone won't stay standing. I won't bore you with the rest of the story, but thanks for listening till now. Oh, come on, believe me, Scarlet. I wanted to hear this to the end, especially because you like it so much. I looked deep in her eyes, and I could tell just how much she loved this story. Well, there's really not much left, but... Well, Nera and Eloria live a wonderful life in a neighboring kingdom for many years. But one day, she remembers everything and rushes home, worrying for her people. When she gets there, she sees her people have been ruled by the very same witch who took her memory, and that her people no longer prosper the way they did under her rule. In anger, Nera confronts the witch on the border of Avaranda. The witch takes off her cowl, revealing herself to be Nera's mother, the Lost Queen. Nera's mother gives her an ultimatum. She can return to ruling the kingdom, but she can never leave again, or she can leave now and never come back. And that's where the story ends. You never get to know what choice Nera makes. It's quite the cliffhanger. I want to know what happens next. Believe me too. I'm curious, what would you do in Nera's shoes? I'd stay in the kingdom. I think I'd stay. Why is that? I mean, I can't just let my people suffer like that. But I would never let Eloria go. I'd find a way to make it work. You're a real romantic, aren't you? I'd loved this story ever since I lost my memories. I'm sure I don't have a kingdom or anything, but sometimes you wonder, you know? Yeah, I get the same feeling too. That's just the life, you know? You have to keep moving forward. Yeah, you're right. I'm really happy that you're the one I get to move forward with, Sienna. Me too, Scarlet. There's no one else I'd rather be with, right here, right now. Speaking of right now, there's somewhere I want to bring you. Where's that? I'll give you a hint. I've been thinking about this place ever since you mentioned that you love fairy tales. Oh my gosh, there's turtles down here. Turtles! She was practically dancing around the room, taking in all the sights. It was impossible not to smile. I figured the Ocean Palace might be your thing. Scarlet practically jumped on me and squeezed the life out of me in a deathly bear hug. This is wonderful, Sienna. Thank you so much. You've made everything so special in ways I honestly couldn't believe, but you did it. And this is just the beginning, Scarlet. We're in this together. I held Scarlet and kissed her on the lips. It was like an explosion of passion that set me on fire as she kissed me back and wrapped her arms around me. Always. We looked deep into each other's eyes, then... In a split second, the room became pitch black. I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face, much less Scarlet. Sienna, looks like there's a blackout. Scarlet held my hand tight. Maybe she was afraid of the dark. I didn't have a chance to respond before I heard a rush of footsteps coming toward us in the dark. Something isn't right, oh no. We were surrounded. A familiar voice cut through the short silence of me holding my breath. I'm sorry, Sienna. You just didn't make the cut. We've got to get out of here. Just make it quick, please. I could hear the woman that voice belonged to walk away. I dashed from the table, pulling Scarlet along with me. What's going on? Who are... Just come in with me. We've got to get out of... I didn't even make 5 steps before I was tackled down and cuffed behind my back. Sienna! I screamed for her to run, but they made sure no sound could escape as they pinned me to the ground. Scarlet, you've got to run. Get out of here. It was no use. Even though she was just a few feet away, I was powerless to get an inch closer. They tackled her down in a second. I heard the clink of the cups as they dragged her away. I struggled with everything I had to get up, to save her, to run for what felt like an eternity. Then nothing. Huh? I woke up on an operating table, the kind you'd see in a nightmare. Blood splattered on the floor and the walls, the smell of disinfectant and rotting flesh. Ew. There was a nearby table littered with metal instruments that could make anybody talk. My first instinct was to get up and get off it as fast as possible, but my neck, hands, and legs were cuffed and pinned down in thick metal braces. Apologies for my cat meowing in the background. She wants me to play with her and her toy. I tried to force myself out with all my strength, but the braces didn't so much as budge. Hello? What's going on? Where am I? Scarlet, you there? All I heard back were echoes of my own screams. Wherever I was, this place must be massive. Hey, Sienna. Cat was holding some kind of helmet with thick wires extruding from the back of it. Don't worry, Scarlet's doing fine. She's just taking a little nap. Cat, what's going on? You've got to help me. I was just on my date with Scarlet when everything went dark and these guys fucking kidnapped us and... I know, Sienna, I know. She sighed. You did good, but not good enough. That's pretty much it. Would it make you feel better to hear that you're the best one yet? I don't care. Get me out of here. At this point, there's no point to explaining. She placed the helmet on my head carefully. Even if I wanted to stop her from doing so, the brace around my neck made it impossible to maneuver. Please, Cat, don't do this. I could hear the hum of a massive generator turning on behind me. She raised her hand, revealing a trigger switch with a single red button. I just want to get out of here. I want to get back to my life, whatever it is, please. Not today, Sienna. She pressed it. The sound of crashing waves, a world without time or color. I'm back. This time, it's as if I'm sitting in an audience, watching myself from afar. The escape had failed. I'd been separated from her and captured. We really never had a chance, did we? I find myself praying that she's safe, if anything happened to her. For the moment, the world exploded with color. Always the hero, aren't you, Sienna? What did you do to her? You should be more worried about yourself. You knew the rules. If you try to escape the island, you'd die. It didn't have to be like this, but you... I'm done talking. Goodbye, Sienna. Oh, hey, look at that. Looks like our little hero's got some life left in them. You know, Sienna, you're in luck. Usually I just kill you for this, but a new opportunity's just opened up, and I think you'd be the perfect fit. Hey, don't just lie there. Just 5 more minutes. You're the star of the show. You can't just sleep through it. Watch me. Oh, that's how you want to play? It's on. Ow. Rise and shine, sleepyhead. Ow, ow, ow. Did you just hit me? What? Me? Never in a million years. Anyway, what was your name again? Oh, my name's... I can't remember my name. Really now? You've got to be joking. I'm dead serious. I can't remember a thing. Who knows? It might be for the better. Luckily, we've got your name on file, Sienna. My name's Kat. It's nice to meet you. You're the star of our new show. Find love or die trying. Let me get you up to speed. What the heck? What? What? What is going on? How on earth did I get in this? I'm somehow stuck on an island in the middle of nowhere in an insane dating show from hell. From what Kat said, I'm dead meat if I can't finish this show with a fiance or if the ratings aren't high enough. None of the girls on the show know the truth. If they found out, they'd kill all of us. Why couldn't I wake up with no memories in a regular hospital, like a regular drama protagonist? At least the girls seem nice. Allie's quite something. Something tells me she'll be hard to keep up with, and that's not just from losing a race to her in the field. Scarlett's interesting. I still no idea if she was trying to read the magazine or the book hiding it. I'll figure that out later. Tara marches the beat of her own drum. I like that. Violet's cool but intimidating as hell. I'm pretty sure she was about to cook one of the brothers for dinner. Then there's Yui. She seems like a real sweet girl. Something about her is so familiar. She said she knew me from before. I'll have to ask her about what I was like before as soon as I can. But for now, the show must go on. That's why Sienna is the perfect soulmate for each of you. I'm sorry, you just drew a bunch of numbers and symbols that don't mean anything. It's like the bullshit math they show on screen in movies. You're late to the party, Sienna. What if I just be mean to all of them? Now that we're all together, it's time to explain the rules of the show. One of these 5 lovely women here is your soulmate. You'll get to know 3 of the girls over the next 9 days, over 3 dates with each of them. Interesting. 3 girls now instead of 2. Then on the 10th day, you'll have to ask one of them to marry you. So I've got 10 days to save my life. So without further ado, who do you want to spend time with? Wait, I have to choose already? I haven't even had the chance to really talk with any of them yet. Don't think of it that way. Think of it as who do you want to talk to the most right now? Alright. Well, I guess I'd like to spend today's alone time with... Hold on just a second. I forgot to tell you something pretty important. She pulled me aside. This should be far enough. So the girls think you'll be asking any of the 5 of them for a date. But really, I only want you to be asking 3 of them. Basically, everybody but Scarlett and Yui. Why is that? Let's just say we think we'll be getting higher ratings that way. And you know how important it is to get the high ratings, right? I don't really have a choice, do I? Nope, glad we're on the same page, Sienna. Well, I was gonna try the different ones anyways. So without further ado, we walk back to the girls. Who do you want to go on your first date with? I want to go Violet. Because she's scary. Alright, we'll make it happen. Okay. I am going to pause here for a second. And do a little break. You know, about an hour in. So we're resetting this. So I will be right back. Okay, hello, I am back. We are back. We are refreshed. Got my voice a little tiny break because I am not used to talking this much. Specifically, not reading out loud. Okay, so I had just gone outside the mansion to find Violet when a white limousine drove up and stopped in front of me. One stepped out from the driver's seat and walked towards me. Sienna, good day. Please do not enter. What's with the formal talk? Please just get in the car, Sienna. You already heard what she did to my bro. He opened the passenger door and ushered me inside. I shrugged and went inside. What's the worst that could happen on the Death Game dating show? We sat in silence as one drove me to what looked like some sort of fancy restaurant, then escorted me inside. Bonjour, suitor. I trust my new butler brought you here safely? Yeah, he did. What's going on, Violet? I thought I would give you a chance to have some alone time with the star of the show, was all. I am told this is what people do when they are courting. Have you never been on a date before? Of course I have, and I've read all the manuals on this subject. I'll have you know I've studied every book of the Lusty New Asian Maid series and know them all by heart. Impressed? I'm sure. Sure. That's, yeah, a word for it. Pardon my interruption. I've brought your food. Please be seated, honored guests. Violet and I sat at the table in the center of the palace as one placed each dish onto the table one by one. He seemed to linger over the meatballs as he brought them over. Thank you, one. Please don't hold yourself back. I'm not eating the meatballs. Don't think I will. This food looks incredible. Probably worth more than my life. You're right on both accounts. Both counts, Sienna. I'm ecstatic you like the assortment. I planned it myself. You're a chef? You could say that. What do you mean? Anyway, tell me more about yourself, Sienna. There's not much to say. Amnesia is hell of a drug. You do not remember your past? Yeah, bummer, right? Then rest assured, I will find the finest scientists in all the land to help you recover your memory when this is over. That would be great. Thanks, Violet. Think nothing of it. It's the duty of those with more to give back, no? Though, have you ever thought about, perchance, that this is actually a blessing in disguise? What do you mean? Many of us would be happier not knowing what drags us down. That may be true, but still, I need to know. You sound just like the reference examples in romance manuals. Consider me impressed. You know those manuals are just regular fiction novels, right? Ha, you're quite funny, Sienna. An admirable trait to have. I like that. She's kinda weird. Anyway, you haven't told me about yourself, Violet. Who are you? What do you do for fun? I'd like to know. Being the scion of the Valentines does not leave much time for fun, I'm afraid. Even on this show, I spend most of my waking hours managing the Valentine's restaurant business. But I suppose if I have a spell of time, I enjoy baking. I don't get it. Why are you embarrassed by liking baking? Everyone has a hobby. Baking is something of a servant hobby, according to my parents. When they found out I was enjoying that, well, they made sure to stop me from ever doing it again, with all the restaurant work. It's a bit ironic, isn't it? You know what? I do know of what, but what do you mean? Who cares what your parents think? Here on this island, a million miles out, they can't stop you. How about we find some time together to make up for lost time? Ha 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 ha. She laughed like a child. That would be wonderful, Sienna. I'll make some time on a calendar for you. We spent the next few hours enjoying the finest meal that money could buy. Each course was better than the last, just like each chapter of the Lusty New Asian Maid, according to Violet. Something tells me that the same applies to every moment I'll share together with Violet. I was a little confused why the screen was black there for a second. I stumbled back to my room and plopped onto my bed. Who'd be coming at this hour? It's Kat. I shuffled over in the haze. Hey there, Sienna. Sorry to bother you this late. It's alright. What's up, Kat? Don't mind me. Just gonna make myself real comfortable. Kat walked by me and comfortably sat on my bed. I really gotta get one of these beds for myself already. Already. I closed the door and then sat facing her on the opposite side of the bed. So what brings you here tonight? Can't stop thinking about me? You wish. Unfortunately, it's my job to help you survive until the end of the show. And that means checking in with you every night to see how you're doing, and making sure you're doing your best on ratings. That's nice of you. Thanks, Kat. Well, to be honest, I don't have a choice. Finding a new person to take your place would be a recruiting nightmare. Back to what I'm here for. Your date with Violet was a ratings knockout. You and Violet started out a little frosty, but by the end I think we saw you two warm up to each other a bit. Thank you. That said, we need something more than that if we're going to make the world believe she's your first soulmate candidate. So let's heat things up with some more competition. Pizzazz, romance. Tomorrow I want you to find who your second soulmate candidate is and ask them out on a date instead. Alright, sounds good to me. I would have expected you to want to spend more time with Violet tomorrow, but I guess you understand your situation. Without those ratings getting higher and higher every day, they'll axe the show, and your life with it. Guess that makes sense in some warped way? I'm impressed at how well you took that. I'd almost think it wasn't your first time on a life or death killing dating show. Well, it isn't. Well, that's pretty much what I need to tell you. It's getting late, and we've both got big days tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Night, Sienna. Good. She was gone before I had a chance to finish. Guess it's time to call it a night. The sound of waves. Hey. I can hear her call out to me within a dream. It's you. I love you, Sienna. I always will. I'll always love you too. My mouth moves on its own. Even if there's so many other women on this show, they can never be you. I held her tight and kissed her. You promise? I promise. Promises are unbreakable, you know. That's what she told me. I meant every word I said. She smiled at me. You better have. Your face is becoming clearer to me with every day that goes by. I know you're here with me, but which one are you? Huh. Then you set the meat at around 300 degrees for 40 minutes. Okay, got it. Tara furiously scribbled down notes. Wait a minute, couldn't I just cook it for 600 degrees for 20 minutes? That's not quite how this works, I'm afraid. But the math checks out. What's going on? Oh, good morning, Sienna. How do you do? I'm teaching Tara the proper way to prepare a pot roast. So far, I'd say it's going pretty well. Tara will be the one to prepare lunch today instead of me. Tara turned one of the dials on the stove as far as it would go to the right. And the student has surpassed the master. On second thought, perhaps I'll prepare an alternative course. One moment, please. Oh, ye of little faith. Time for the moment of truth. Lunch is served. Tara was nervously clasping her hands tight. Is it good? Is it bad? It's delicious! I did it! Oh my gosh! Tara did a little dance in celebration, gave Violet a high five. Should I become a food vlogger? I'm a cooking savant. This talent shouldn't be wasted. Psst. Hey, Violet. What is it, Sienna? Is this what you cooked or is this what Tara cooked? Violet smiled and winked at me. I don't know what you were talking about. She sipped on her soup contentedly. I couldn't help but smile back at her. Damn, this was the best meal I've ever had. Granted, my memory only goes back about 2 days, but still, it counts for something. There you are, Sienna. I've been looking for you. It's time to decide who your second soulmate candidate is. Kat moved in to whisper. Not like you really have a choice, though. So without further ado, who's the unlucky girl? I'd like to spend today with, I think I'm gonna go with Tara, since she was this morning's, she was there this morning. Alright, our work's cut out for us. Give us a minute to set up the scene, then we'll go find her. As I walked closer and closer to the games route, I could hear people screaming bloody murder. Help! You're not going anywhere. Take him, I'm too young to die. I rushed inside as fast as I could. What kind of brother would sacrifice his own flesh and blood to survive? Life is tough, Buttercup. No! I'll save you, bro. Bro! Ah! It's the heroes that die first, you know. Bro! Where was I? Oh, right. 1 down, 2 to go. Get over here. They're playing a fighting video game. Oh, sup, Sienna. Give me a second. I've got to do a bit of pest control. 2 and 3. Kill him first. Alright. Y'all lost fair and square. As promised, you guys know what you have to do. The Brothers 5 groaned as they each put on some kind of futuristic helmet. You're incredible, Tara. You decimated those guys without breaking a sweat. I do make a living doing this, believe it or not. Though lately it's been a little boring. Why is that? It's just same old, you know. Though I do have something new in store, if you're down. I'm down for anything. I'm just gonna need you to put on this non-suspicious at all headset. Tara picked up a helmet from behind the couch and placed it on my head. This won't hurt a bit, don't worry. Wait, why would it? It was like lightning ran through my head. It's whatchamacallit? What, nerve gear from Sword Art Online? I'm in some kind of forest. Whoa, Sienna, you're here too? Where are we? I want to go home. Ah, stop whining. You're just in a video game. Come on, this isn't the first time you've seen this happen in fiction. What kind of thing that kind of thing exists now? It's been around for at least 1,000,000 years by now. Get with the times. Last time I checked, I've never heard of anything like this. Alright, so maybe it was some weird device I'd never seen before. Can you blame me for wanting to try messing with it? Wait, there's no way this could be a game. It looks too real. I had to admit, I had my doubts too. Everything looked as if it were really there. Hey, if you want proof, just try walking outside of this forest. 2 took a few cautious steps forward, then some more. Oof. He smacked against some kind of invisible wall. There's some kind of invisible wall here. Yeah, no shit. It really is a video game, huh? Actually, that's the wall of the games room. I thought this console would be like a deep dive sort of virtual reality video game too, but it seems like everything we do here is replicated in the real world. Walk too many steps in a certain way and smack! Doesn't that make this kind of useless? I guess if you're allergic to fun. The sound of the intercom played through the forest. Hey, can you guys hear me? Kat, we can hear you. What's up? You guys need to log out of that game right now. If you're in the game too long, it'll fry your brain. What? How? Why? Long story short, it's an experimental, game console that we had in storage. No idea how Tara found it though. This show is always trying to find new ways to kill me, isn't it? How much time do we have? Before it fries your brain, I don't know. Maybe a few minutes, maybe a few hours. But it'll slowly sap your sanity the longer you're in there. Just log out already. We don't know how. The Brothers 5 and I looked around frantically, but there wasn't any way for us to log out. Oh, I don't think you guys can see the log out menu. I think it's an admin only kind of thing. If you can see it, Tara, then come on, log us out already. She cackled like a B-movie maniac. Something tells me that she didn't have much sanity sapped in the first place. But it'd be such a shame to leave so soon. Let's play a game first. It just so happens that as an admin, I can change all of your avatars at will. Check this out. Bam! I look down at my hands, which had now become tiny little white wings. I look down at my face, and I have a beak. I became a bird. Oh god, what did she do to us? We're pigeons. Let me out! We'll never become accountants now. We're gonna die here. I think I've got a new What? The pigeons 5 ran around frantically like chickens with their heads cut off. I can't blame them. I looked up to Tara, who seemed like a giant compared to us now. Now, I'm sure you're wondering why I've turned you all into birds. Guess you could say that. It's funny, Sienna. Earlier you told me that this whole show was like a dating sim, except that you were in the driving seat. Now the shoe's on the other foot. She cackled again, like a wicked witch. Welcome to Pigeon Dating Sim Battle Royale. You'll have to seduce me if you want to get out of here. With each day that passes, I fear more of humanity's future, and you want us to be pigeons for this. I mean, yeah, the ratio of human to pigeon visual novels is totally out of whack, man. I figure we should balance that out. I'm trapped in a killer virtual reality game. I am also trapped on a killer dating show. To make matters worse, I am also trapped in the body of a pigeon. Now I need to seduce a woman with my avian charm. You can imagine the amount of stress I'm under. Now, seduce me. One by one, the pigeons 5 fired pickup line after pickup line at Tara, but to no avail. Come on, move those wings like you mean it. I tried my hand at a few too, but it was clear they had no effect. I can't imagine that being a pigeon helped it with that in any way. Oh my god. Let's try one more. How about... Damn girl, you're more addicting than quack. With my will to live at an all-time low, The game went dark. A moment later, we were back in the games room. What? We're back, thank God. I've got fingers, I can write. I could fill out a balance sheet. Aw, just when it was getting good. Wait, is something burning? The game console had smoke coming out of it. Guess it's toast. What? What happened? My mind's all foggy. You okay, Tara? I'm gonna take a nap. She jumped on the couch and within seconds was fast asleep. The Brothers 5 and I decided that it would be best to never talk about this again. Yeah, it sounds about right. I was about to enter my room when I felt a familiar tap on my shoulder. Hey there, Sienna. Got a minute? Let me just make sure Violet or Tara see me come in here. Fan a few flames. Sorry, what? Kat looked around, smiled, and went into my room. I followed suit. First, the good news. Thanks to my plan, we've got enough ratings to avoid early canning. People loved it when you and Violet were the main ship, but loved it even more after Tara kicked off this competition. I'm glad to hear I get to live another day. For now, at least. That can change on a dime, so keep it up. Also, I'm curious how you're feeling about Violet and Tara. Between them, those two, do you have a favorite? Honestly, I don't like either of them very much. I think I have a better connection with Violet right now. I don't know as much as I'd like about Violet just yet, but I know more than anything that I just want to keep learning more about her. I had a feeling you say that, and you're right to say that. Well, we'll see where things go with Violet. Something tells me you'll get a chance to hang out with her again soon. Anyway, that's it for today. Keep it up, and who knows, you might just be the first one to make it out of here. Night, Sienna. Good night, Kat. I am the only one. She left my room, closing the door behind her. Guess it's time to turn in for the night. Sometimes the most precious moments are the most mundane. It's just the two of us, spending the evening together in the games room. I'm reading a book, and at the same time watching her rage against an opponent in a fighting game. It's fun to watch her savor each victory, or explode with her profanity when she loses. Life is good. It's times like these when you wish your life could always be this simple. Sometimes in those moments, people wish for more excitement, for fame, for fortune, for anything but the ordinary. And all I want is the ordinary with you. Fuck you. I love this woman so much. Is it Tara? We kicked off our morning with a delicious meal made by Violet. So tell us more about your dream, Tara. I don't really remember much, but I was in a video game and I was getting hit on by a lot of pigeons. How am I supposed to respond to that? What if it was a sign? I'm sorry, what? It was a dream, nothing more. I don't see how. Allie had a devilish grin on her face. I think it is a sign, Tara. It's a sign that you should try making video games. The world needs more pigeon dating sims. You're right. There's no time to waste. Tara ran off. Oh my, are you certain that was a good idea to spur her on? Of course. Seriously, what's the worst that could happen? I felt a chill run down my spine. I found Kat in the same place she found me yesterday. Morning, Sienna. It's time to decide who's your last soulmate candidate. Oh man, I'm gonna make a killing from today's bet with 4. The poor guy, he doesn't know you've been rigging the show. What he doesn't know can't hurt him. Anyway, after you make your choice, it'll just be between the 3 candidates from now on. Wait, just a second. What does... I thought somebody would ask, so let me explain. If you don't get chosen, we'll make the rest of the show a tropical getaway for you. You'll still be able to see the other girls and live in the mansion, so really it's no big deal. Tara did a little fist bump. So without further ado, Sienna, who's the last unlucky girl? I'd like to spend some time today with the only option, Allie. Get the camera rolling, people. We're in for a bit of a bumpy ride. Now be a dear and give us a minute to set up the scene, Now, how I let Allie talk me into this, I'll never know. You sure this is a good idea? There's only one way to find out, isn't there? Allie grabbed my hand and pulled me towards the slope of the hill. Relax, Sienna. What's the worst that could happen? Well, I could die. Would it be too much to ask on a TV show that didn't end up with me being dead? Don't worry, I got you. Oh shit. Allie slipped on her rollerblades, pulling me down the hill with her. I tried to step back up on reflex, but it was all I could do to stand up with the rollerblades. Oh, fuck. We start rolling down the hill, faster and faster and faster. Allie was rolling down the hill backwards at full speed. I could see panic in her eyes. I couldn't figure out how to stop, and we were going faster and faster. I screamed. Allie laughed and pointed at me. Gosh, your face is priceless. I love it. Allie turned around effortlessly and somehow glided next to me without ever having let go of my hand. Our breakneck pace becomes slower and slower as she steered us back and forth repeatedly. Before I knew it, we were gliding down the road smoothly. The wind felt so nice. Now you've got the hang of it. You've got a funny way of teaching. The best way to teach a bird to fly is throwing it off a cliff, no? That's definitely a way of looking at it. Don't worry about it. You weren't even ever in danger. Have you been rollerblading for a long time? Nope. I actually just learned how today. What was that about never being in danger? Shh. You're quite the daredevil, aren't you? What gave that away? She laughed as she slapped me on the back. You know, you're a pretty quick learner. You picked up rollerblading almost as fast as I did. Well, I've got a pretty great teacher. It's a lot of fun hanging out with you, Allie. Shucks, I feel the same way, Sienna. It's great to be around someone willing to go on an adventure. The world's gone crazy. We're all gonna die. You might as well be around people that make life worth living. I couldn't say it better myself. You know, I bet you can't skate backwards. Allie reversed and started skating backwards as if to taunt me. Oh, why is that? I just think it's a bit too scary for a person who screams when they start going down a little bump. I'm Sienna and I can't handle a little bump. Ah, help me. Come on, it was a hill. Yeah. I felt a firelight inside me. Bring it on, Allie. No, are you sure? Did I stutter? There comes a time in every person's life where we know we're making a stupid bet, but you do it anyway. In the power of misplaced confidence and adrenaline, I jumped high into the air. Did a backflip. And did a backflip. Wait, am I doing a flip or is the world flipping? I'm not sure. Then it dawned on me. Oh, fuck. Dead. No, I won't let you kill Sienna. What? You're going to wish we had. What just... What the hell? You're up. You're okay, Sienna. Try not to move. You're a little banged up right now, but you'll be just fine in no time. Kat and I treated your injuries pretty well, if I do say so myself. What happened? You, well, skated backwards. We're defining skating quite liberally, huh? How would I get here? I carried you here. Oh man, my head. Take it easy. It's only been a few hours since you KO'd yourself. Well, it's sort of my fault, but I made you some food. It should help you get your strength back up. Thanks, Allie. That's really nice of you. Don't expect something that Violet would make. All I can promise is that the food is probably healthier than my last suggestion before you knocked yourself out. I'll take my chances. I took a bite of the food cautiously. I'm dying. For a moment, Allie was wide-eyed with shock and horror. I'm just messing with you. The food's delicious. Thanks, Allie. I figured I'd just get a little bit of payback. You know, no one forced you to jump. She laughed and slapped me on the shoulder, then ran her hand through my hair and scratched it. I found myself smiling and admiring the blue of her eyes. I'm looking forward to our next adventure, Sienna. But promise me not to be too stupid again, okay? I'll try my best, but people can't help but do stupid things to impress a pretty girl. I guess impressed is what we'll call it. We spent the rest of the day making fun of each other for how stupid we were being. Somehow, someway, Allie could take the ordinary and turn it into an adventure. I was laughing so hard that I could barely feel any pain. Before I knew it, it was nighttime. After today's date, I went out for a short walk outside the mansion. Oh, hey, Sienna. Hey, Kat, what's up? Let's not waste any time. I gotta get back to editing, and you know what I want to hear. I know Violet was your favorite till now, but maybe Allie has shaken things up a bit. Who's number one now? Though I've known her for less time, I think I like Allie more than Violet now. She makes every moment exciting, and I just can't get enough of that. I can't wait to see her again. You really do change your mind like the wind, huh? Doesn't matter to me, though. I'm your producer, not your life coach. Anyway, I've got good news that you might be interested in. What's that? My plan was a success. Having 3 soulmate cans has worked magic for ratings. Which, of course, means the show will go on. That's awesome, so I'm safe now? Just for now, though. We're not out of the woods just yet. We need to make sure the next stretch of the show breaks even higher. It's time for phase 2. Over the next 3 days, you'll go on a second date with each of Violet, Tara, and Allie. Just imagine how much higher our ratings would be if our viewers got to see even more of their favorites falling in love. Just imagine that sweet ad revenue rolling in. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Sound good to you? Sounds like a plan to me. Good, that's what I like to hear. Tomorrow morning, I'll be asking you who you want to have your first second date with. Put some thought into that. Sometimes the order of content is just as important as the content itself for ratings. Will do. Thanks, Kat. No biggie. I gotta get back to work. I'll see you later. Night. I waved goodbye to her as she walked away from the mansion. Guess it's time to turn in for the night. We borrowed a boat and went for a cruise around the island. I love the way the wind feels. Why is that? Feels like freedom. Can't get enough of it. No cameras, no people, nothing to stop me from. She pulled me close and kissed me on the lips. For a moment, time stopped, and we were the only 2 people that existed. Doing what I want. I smiled. I'm pretty sure we don't need to be all the way out here just for a kiss. I guess you're right. After all, it's hotter if people are watching. We laughed together as we cruised along until the sun went down. The world was ours. The sound of waves grows louder and louder, threatening to pull me back into reality. Will I know you before I'm taken under? Oh my gosh, I heard what happened yesterday. Are you okay? No worries, I'm good, thanks, Yui. I'm so relieved. Should you not be resting after yesterday? No need. I've only got a few scrapes and bruises. I'm surprised that both of you aren't dead after what you pulled. Believe me too. Wait, what? I mean, no worries, Scarlet. I've been rollerblading for longer than most people have ever. Technically, that's probably true, but... You should teach us how to rollerblade, Allie. It seems like it'd be fun. You sure, Tara? I feel like that might not be a good idea. What's the worst that could happen? I like your attitude, girl. Come on, let's hit the road. Allie grabbed Tara's hand and pulled her away. Sometime later. Hey, Tara, how was skating? There's no words. I think Allie broke Tara. Scarlet waved her hands frantically in front of Tara's face as if to check if anyone was still there. Tara, are you in there? Hey, Tara, the internet's back. I guess nobody's home. Is there a medic on the island? Luckily, Tara was fine. After that was resolved, we spent the rest of the morning playing video games as therapy for Tara. She still doesn't remember a thing about what happened. What did you see, Tara? I guess we'll never know. Morning, Sienna! Congrats, you've made it to the 4th day. And I will be saving here on the 4th day. Before we move on to the phase 2 dating. Going on all of the second dates. I will be choosing Tara next. But that is going to be all for today. Let's see. Oh my god, I never changed. I am a failure at streaming. I never changed the thing. Oh my god. Well, I guess I will be replaying some of that at least. That's cool. Cool. But yes, that's all for today. My apologies for the last like 20 minutes of it just being on the wrong screen. Yeah, that sucks a lot. I'll replay the part that was missed. Because of that next week. But yes, I will not be streaming this weekend as usual. I will be putting out my schedule on my Twitter account that's right up here in this corner, as well as posting this video to my YouTube channel. And next week I will not be streaming. Wednesday to the following Monday, I will stream like that next Monday. So I'll just be streaming Monday and Tuesday next week. I'll be playing some more of the 100 Baby Challenge, and that will be all. Thank you to everybody who came by and watched. I hope everyone has a good weekend. Thank you guys so much.